Hey guys, welcome to the first ever video on my channel. This is something I've wanted to do for a long while, so I thought what better way to start the first month of 2024 by creating my own channel and finally being on YouTube. So here I am. I'm really buzzing to get started with this and just see how far the journey takes me. So in today's video, I'm going to start off by doing something really simple. I've seen many other YouTubers do this at home, so I thought I'd have a go at this myself too, is by doing some football score predictions on Super 6. So in case you're wondering what Super 6 is, basically it's a score prediction game presented by Sky Sports, which is played by thousands of people across the UK and Ireland, where you have to put your ball knowledge and instincts to the test by correctly predicting all 6 correct scores in order to win the 250k jackpot, which is a lot of money, and I would love to have that in my bank account. It's free to download on the App Store. You have to be 18 and over to play it, plus you must also have your own Sky account. So in case you actually win the whole thing, you can then simply withdraw that into your bank account. I mean, how great is that, right? Best thing about this game for me is not only it's free to play, but there's no actual betting involved. Plus, you can compete against your mates by creating your own league or join their respective leagues and try pick up as many points as possible over the course of the season to try and win your own league title. You can even click on the leaderboard section and see how you're getting on against the other people across the UK and Ireland, which indicates how well you are doing. So, which is really cool to see. This app also provides mostly Premier League, Champions League and FA Cup games, as well as the occasional Carabao Cup, Championship and lower league games, depending on the schedule, so it varies. So hopefully now you've got a better idea of what Super 6 is about, and with further ado, let's start with the first game. I reckon this game could be somewhat decent. I would imagine a lot of chances, but I can't comment too much on the players in terms of injuries, suspensions, etc, etc. West Brom are obviously going into this game in much better form. However, both sides have only lost once in their last 5. For Norwich, they drew at home in the FA Cup against lower league opposition, which is not overly convincing if I'm honest, considering that West Brom, they're in the playoffs, Norwich are like mid-table somewhere. But West Brom, all four of their wins have come from home. Away from home is going to be a lot tougher, and there's just something about Norwich, so I'll go for a 1-1 draw. I was at the reverse fixture on Boxing Day when Bristol beat Watford 4-1 at Vicarage Road. Bristol were by far the better team, the scoreline doesn't lie. Watford were just sloppy in possession and Bristol took their chances. Bristol, they recently knocked West Ham out of the FA Cup, which has given them a massive boost. However, Watford, their away form is actually alright. They recently beat QPR 2-1 at Loftus Road, drew 3-3 away at Plymouth, and obviously before the Boxing Day game they beat Preston and Blackburn. So I think it could go either way. I do have a feeling Watford will score from somewhere, but I just think Bristol will edge it 2-1. So Forest have recently been hit with a financial breach fine. So I imagine they'll get a point deduction soon, just like Everton did earlier in the season. So I don't know how much that will affect them going forward. They also recently knocked Blackpool out of the FA Cup, which went to extra time, which is not really ideal. So I imagine that's where injuries and fatigue will kick in for them eventually. But as for Brentford, Ivan Toney has finally returned from his 8-month suspension, which is a massive boost for them because they've clearly missed him. Like, he's a goal scorer. He's proven in the Premier League. The reality is, I just think if Tony had not missed the first half of the season, Brentford would be slightly higher up in the table with his goals. But the timing could not come any better for them now, especially since they're close to being in a relegation fight. But I'm going to go with 2-0 Brentford. I mean, I got to admit, this game is one of the easiest to predict. Leeds, currently in the playoffs, they're in really good form. Preston, they're doing all right, but Ellen Road is just a really hard place to go to get a result. So I'm going to go straight off 3-0 Leeds. Yeah, Sheffield United. They've definitely improved under their new manager Chris Wilder. They're defending much better. Going forward too, they're creating more chances. But I sense there's still a weakness in their team. West Ham, they're without a few key players like Bowen, who's out injured, Kudus, who's with Ghana at the African Cup of Nations. They've got a few players missing at the moment, so it's really hard to call. But I just think, listen, when you beat Arsenal 2-0 at the Emirates, you've got to beat them at Bramall Lane. It's as simple as that. So thinking probably like a 2. It's hard to say. Maybe a 1-0 West Ham. Last game of the round. Bournemouth have definitely improved under Areola. The players have gotten more used to his style of play, tactics, etc. But yeah, they got off to a really slow start, but now they've picked up more as the season has gone on. Dominic Solanke, a really good striker, and I think he will score. However, Liverpool on paper have the better team in terms of more quality. I know Salah, he's away with Egypt at AFCON, which is a massive loss for them. But with the forward line of Nunez, who by the way has been criticised quite a lot lately, I think he's better at assisting more than scoring at the moment, which I think he will contribute in terms of that. But with the forward line of Nunez, Jota, Gakpo, I think they should be fine without Salah. So I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 Liverpool win. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave your predictions in the comment section down below. I will provide more Super 6 content for the rest of this season and also invite some mates onto my channel to hear their views, which will also be very interesting. So if you haven't yet, like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. But also, a realistic target of maybe 5 likes, that'll be nice as well. So, yeah, bye.